Have you ever felt too far away from someone you love? Or wished someone could remind you of something important, even without being by your side? As time goes by, it's only natural to seek more safety and independence in our daily lives. And that's exactly where technology, yes, even the kind that sometimes feels cold or complicated, can become a truly helpful, close, and human ally. Imagine turning a simple smartphone or a small smart speaker into a bridge between you and your loved ones. Now think bigger. What if that meant more freedom, more peace of mind, and less need for in-person help with everyday tasks? This video is an invitation to see apps, social media, and virtual assistants in a whole new light as accessible tools that enhance your independence and keep care close, even when your family is far away. We're not talking about replacing human connection, but about using technology to strengthen bonds, organize your routine, and help you live with more confidence. Whether you're a curious older adult or a caring child looking to support a loved one from a distance, this is your chance to discover that digital tools can be simple, friendly, and truly life-changing. In the next few minutes, we'll explore how small solutions can lead to big changes in real life. And by the end, you just might be surprised at how supported you can feel without ever giving up your freedom. The challenge of being present from a distance. It's easy to say that family is always close by, but when daily life demands real presence, care, and attention, the reality is often quite different. For many older adults, in-person support isn't always an option. Children have jobs, live in other cities, or even other countries. Grandchildren grow up and get busy with their own routines, and time, quietly and steadily, starts to weigh more heavily. On the other side, family members carry their own emotional burdens, the guilt of not being more present, the anxiety of imagining a parent forgetting their medication, or a mother trying to handle something alone that could have been easier with help. In this space, between the need for companionship and the impossibility of being there all the time, difficult emotions begin to take shape. The silent loneliness of aging, the emotional overload of caregiving from afar, and the shared frustration of a care that is deeply wanted, but not always easy to provide. This challenge, while common, is rarely discussed. We often accept distance as something inevitable. But what if there were ways to make presence real, even without being physically there? What if it were possible to be close every day, offering support, companionship, and safety, even if just through a screen or a voice command? That's the reflection we want to invite you into. Caring doesn't have to rely solely on physical presence. In an increasingly connected world, there are tools that can bring hearts closer, even when miles apart. In the chapters ahead, you'll discover practical and emotional ways to turn absence into digital presence. Because today, care can also come through a touch, a voice, or a simple notification. Technology as a true ally. For a long time, technology was seen as something distant, complicated, or meant only for the younger generations. But that perception is changing, and it's changing fast. Today, digital devices are no longer just tools for entertainment. More and more, they're becoming silent companions that help organize your routine, stay connected with family, and even add a sense of safety at home. Little by little, many older adults are discovering that technology isn't a barrier, it's a bridge that connects generations, brings hearts closer, and most importantly, offers autonomy with ease. Picture a simple situation. You need to remember to take your medication every day at 2 p.m. Instead of relying on someone to call you, a virtual assistant can do it automatically. With a gentle, clear voice reminder, you feel supported without having to ask. Now imagine a video call with your grandchildren. They press a button and suddenly you see their little faces, hear their stories. You may not be there physically, but you're present. You're together. That's the real power of technology when used with intention. It turns distance into closeness and turns everyday routines into moments of care. More than just technical tools, today's devices and apps are designed to be intuitive. Many respond to simple voice commands. Others work with just 2 or 3 taps. Complexity is a thing of the past. What we have now are accessible, user-friendly solutions that respect your pace and preferences. And the best part? Technology learns with you. Over time, it adapts to your needs. The more you use it, the more useful it becomes, without pressure, without judgment. When we talk about digital autonomy, we're not talking about replacing people. We're talking about creating new ways of caring and being present, ways that add to the support network you already have. In the next few minutes, we'll dive into some practical examples. You'll see that you don't need to know everything about technology to get started. All it takes is one step, and that step can transform the way you live, care, and are cared for. Tools that can transform your daily life. Now that we understand the potential of technology as an ally, it's time to get to know the tools that truly make a difference in everyday life. We're not talking about futuristic gadgets or complicated systems. We're talking about simple, accessible resources, ready to use right now. Communication, bringing loved ones closer. Let's start with messaging and video call apps. WhatsApp, for example, offers more than just texting. You can send short voice messages, share photos, and make video calls with just 2 taps. Many older adults say that using this tool helps them feel less alone, like their children or grandchildren are right there, chatting in the next room. Another great option is Telegram, which has groups on specific topics, from health to cooking. Joining a group based on your interests can be a light, enriching way to socialize. Organization and memory. Routines with more independence apps like Google Calendar, Pill Reminder, and MediSafe work like personal assistants. With just a few clicks, you can schedule reminders for medication, doctor appointments, walks, or even to drink water. Imagine this. Every day at 10 a.m., a gentle sound reminds you to take your medication. No need to remember, no need to depend on someone else. That kind of support builds confidence and freedom, 2 key pillars for well-being in later life. Virtual assistants, care with a simple voice command. Devices like Alexa by Amazon and Google Nest are already part of many older adults' homes. Just say, "Alexa, what time is it?" Or, "Okay, Google, remind me to call my daughter at 4 p.m." and the task is done. These assistants can also turn on lights, play relaxing music, tell jokes, and even guide you through light exercises. All by voice. No need to touch a screen. For people with limited mobility, this is a quiet revolution. True independence inside your own home, without waiting for someone to be there. Social media, emotional connection and learning. Some people still hesitate when it comes to Facebook, but it remains a valuable space for intergenerational connection. Older adults can follow their grandchildren's posts, comment on photos, and even join interest-based groups. And YouTube? It's a treasure trove. Thousands of videos with recipes, classic songs, dance lessons, yoga for seniors, health tips, you name it. You can learn something new, laugh, or simply enjoy yourself, all just a few clicks away. These tools don't require technical knowledge. All they require is curiosity and a willingness to try. And with the right support, even those who feel unsure at first can master this new world and turn small actions into life-changing results. Overcoming the fear of technology. If hearing about all these possibilities made you feel a little uneasy, don't worry. You're not alone. Fear of technology is very common, especially when it shows up later in life. Phrases like, "This isn't for me," "I'm too old to learn," or "I'll press the wrong button," are heard often. And they deserve to be acknowledged, not judged. Many older adults grew up in an analog world where everything was done by hand, face to face, with pen and paper. Then suddenly, a phone appears, full of icons, sounds, and unfamiliar functions. It's perfectly natural to feel a bit overwhelmed. But here's what's important to remember. Today's technology is designed to adapt to you, not the other way around. The good news is, devices and apps are getting simpler every day. Many now feature large text, voice commands, spoken responses, and user-friendly layouts. And most importantly, you don't need to understand everything to get started. One step at a time is more than enough. Learning can even be fun. Many older adults share that once they got past the initial fear, they began to feel more confident, more included, and even younger. A simple, "Hi, sweetheart," on a video call can light up smiles on the other side of the screen, and that moment alone makes the effort worth it. If you make a mistake, the app doesn't scold you, it waits. If you forget, you can start over. Technology is in no rush. It adjusts to your pace. The key is to change your perspective. Instead of seeing technology as something that threatens your independence, see it as a tool for freedom. The freedom to make choices, stay organized, keep in touch, and even learn something new. And if you're a son, daughter, or grandchild hearing this, remember, with a little patience and encouragement, even the simplest gesture, like teaching how to send a voice message, can be the beginning of real transformation. No journey needs to be walked alone, and learning how to use technology is no exception. For many older adults, the turning point comes when a family member is willing to teach with patience, without rushing and without judgment. In this context, children, grandchildren, and caregivers take on a key role, becoming facilitators of digital care. More than mastering technology, what an older person truly needs is to feel that someone is there for them. Someone who says, "Let's do this together. I'll show you how." That simple gesture opens doors. When there's support, even the most modern smartphone starts to feel less intimidating. The secret lies in the approach. When teaching, avoid unnecessary technical jargon. Focus on why a feature matters, not just how to use it. For example, instead of saying, "Tap the video icon," say, "This is where you'll see your granddaughter's face." Adding emotional meaning makes the learning process more engaging and memorable. It's also important to respect their pace. Try not to do everything for them. The best way is to demonstrate, repeat, and then let them try on their own. Mistakes are part of the process, and when success comes, it brings joy and boosts self-esteem. Another way to help is by creating meaningful tech-based routines. For example, a weekly video call at the same time, an automatic reminder with a personalized message, "Good morning, Mom, don't forget your water," or teaching how to request a favorite song using a voice command. These small acts bring great comfort. Children and caregivers also benefit from this process. Knowing that a parent can manage their routine, stay connected, and even have fun independently can ease the emotional weight of distance and strengthen the family bond. When technology is introduced with warmth and care, it stops being a barrier. It becomes an extension of love, a new way to say, "I'm here for you," even when physical presence isn't always possible. In the next chapter, we'll turn all of this into practical suggestions for everyday routines, showing how these tools can gently and meaningfully become part of daily life. Building supportive digital routines. The best way to make technology part of daily life is to gently and consistently weave it into your routine. It's not about filling the day with alerts and commands, but about adding small digital habits that bring comfort, convenience, and emotional connection. Think of a simple example, starting the day with an automatic reminder that says, "Good morning, time for your medicine and coffee." With that, the older adult feels accompanied, even when alone at home. Throughout the day, other gentle reminders might say, "Time for a walk," "Call your daughter," or even "Play your favorite music now." In the afternoon, a scheduled video call with a grandchild can become a tradition, like a virtual coffee break. In the evening, a voice assistant can play a calming song, turn off the lights, or remind you to prepare the next day's medication. The key is for these routines to be predictable, personalized, and emotionally meaningful. When something becomes a habit, it stops being scary or confusing. It becomes a natural part of life. Digital routines also offer independence with a sense of safety. An alarm to remind you to lock the door, a voice command to turn on the bedroom light, or a medical appointment reminder. These small actions reduce forgetfulness and increase confidence in one's ability to manage daily life. When paired with the emotional support of family, these routines form a strong safety net. Technology doesn't isolate, it strengthens the bond between autonomy and connection. And for children and caregivers, creating these routines is also a way of expressing love. A reminder might just be an alert, but it can also be a message of presence, a quiet way of saying, "I care about you." In the final chapter, we'll close with a note of inspiration, reviewing what we've learned and inviting you to take the first step forward with courage, ease, and confidence. We've reached the end of this journey with one clear truth. Autonomy and care don't have to be separate. In fact, when united through technology, they become stronger and open up new possibilities for living with more ease, safety, and connection. We've seen that you don't need to know everything about technology to take the first step. A simple phone reminder, a video call, or a voice command is enough to begin a real transformation. Small changes that, when repeated, create a new way of living, with more freedom and less loneliness. For older adults, this means regaining control over their own routines. It means no longer relying entirely on someone else to remember times, make calls, or provide companionship. It means feeling capable and supported at the same time. For children and caregivers, it's a chance to care from a distance without the weight of guilt, to be present even when time or distance makes it hard, to keep emotional bonds alive even on the busiest of days. So here's the invitation. If you're a senior, choose one simple tool. Give it a try. Let yourself be surprised. If you're a family member or caregiver, offer support with patience and warmth. Show the way, one step at a time. Because in the end, more than knowing how to use technology, what truly matters is using it to strengthen the most human of emotions, care. You don't have to be physically next to someone to truly be present. And sometimes it all begins with one small gesture, like saying "good morning" through a simple voice command.